Young Chop. So Young Chop doesn't like the King Von album. He's been dissing on the King Von album. He made this post right here. YB and the Baby's album. Under it, he wrote the other album is trash. He's not even listening to it. Why is Young Chop doing this? He is doing this because Little Durk switched up on them. At one point, he couldn't even get in contact with Little Durk. He had to post on Twitter at Little Durk, telling people Durk still ain't responded to him. Right now, he is listening to the YB and the Baby's album. He's posting videos of him blowing smoke in all the vans, smoking King Von and everything, different songs that he likes from the album from YB and the Baby. They're showing people don't respect them no more. He doesn't respect Durk and OTF and them. BJ, Monamond and Chum Squad took it to heart, responded to him and said that he's laced, right? He's laced up. That's what's going on. Apparently he's been laced on. Chum Squad is saying, well, yeah, okay, low, okay, like we know it's the best album out. It's actually the best album going right now. BJ end up saying something along the lines of, he still won't learn until we end up seeing you in person. My BJ is trying to see him in person to probably know DQ saying the song slapped up. So there is this live right here with him and King Von, and in this live you can tell there's a bit of a weird vibe, right? Von just got on the live, was saying to him, you're tweaking, what's going on? And Young Chop is acting like he don't know what he's been doing or what he's been saying, and you can tell like it slightly goes a bit deeper behind the scenes. You can tell like Young Chop has been probably talking a lot of stuff when it comes to behind the scenes and everything, and then he went live and then he was even saying some more stuff because that's what Young Chop do. He exposes a lot of things, right? And then Von end up coming on the live, like you can tell Von was trying to play it up, not trying to make it too obvious. Something happened with him and Von, but it don't go that deep. He was just talking mad stuff, saying all this stuff on the internet, and all the stuff to Von, and that's why Von ended up going live with him, and it was a bit of a weird live. It goes back to way before that live. But with him dissing Von right now and dissing the album, he is coming for Little Durk. He also called him, he called him the rat and everything, and he's been acting like that for a while now, and everyone has been saying he's been tweaking. So apparently he was laced. This is what Monamond's saying, that the word probably going around in Obak and everything that he's been laced, had some magic or something, and then he started moving like that all of a sudden. Right now he is still listening to YB and the Baby. He hasn't really posted King Von or anything. That means he doesn't mess with Little Durk and them. He's been not messing with Little Durk and King Von and all of them way before that live video with him and King Von, right? In another post he made, he was talking about people who are faking it and trying to put out a positive message, but in reality they're the behind the scenes. Young Chop ended up responding directly to a message that Little Durk put out. He called cap on it. He said that Little Durk was capping. Durk ended up touching on the get back. This is what Young Chop said. People doing all that talking, knowing they asked police, sitting on the internet, want to throw out positive messages, and knowing damn well you a rat. And said he was speaking about Durk because Little Durk ended up touching on the get back and all this stuff. And another thing, the get back is not real. The get back is ununited. The get back is not real. There's no way he's going to be talking on the get back if the get back was real. The get back is not real. You heard the news about YB where he might be facing up to 7 years. They said that his legal team said they are not worried. Do you not think Little Durk has a legal team that is advising him as well and advising all the stuff that he's saying? And if it was real, he would not be speaking on the get back. He is getting permission to speak on the get back. It is only a narrative they are pushing. He said a couple things when it comes to the King Von situation and all that and stuff, right? So everyone's been airing him out. So now the album dropped, though that video with Young Chop and Von was a bit weird and stuff, and he was probably tweaking behind the scenes. I feel like he is dissing right now. What he's doing, he's dissing Little Durk and OTF, and because of that song that YB made, dissing Little Durk's whole camp. Young Chop is listening to YB and the Baby right now, dissing Little Durk. Is not so much about King Von. He is going to do everything he can to air out Little Durk and air out OTF, and that's why he is on the YB side now, because he wants people to hear what he's going to say about them. He is going to start exposing them. I said that they put him in one tweet. There's another song, he called it surveillance video, but he's saying they have him surveillance on all this stuff because they're scared what he's gonna say. He even feels like Little Durk and them have money on his head. He even feel like they have a bag on his head while they're trying to take him out. He's going to expose them. That's why he's on YB's side now, because he's going to get a lot of attention, and then he's going to start saying stuff, and even him posting with smoking all the stuff, right? Smoking King Von and all of it, right? He's showing you what they are doing, because he's trying to speak out on it here and there, because they got surveillance footage on him and stuff, and and they put the on him and everything. And he said, little Durk himself, he is speaking on the Get Back, when in reality he is doing stuff. If the Get Back was real, he wouldn't be speaking on the Get Back. And Young Chop knows what's going on. He is behind the scenes. Right now they're all airing him and stuff. BJ talking about they're gonna see him in the street making all this thing with Mother Mund and all of them, right? Because it touched their heart. This is the King Von album, but it's not even about King Von. I don't believe it's about the Von album. I believe it's mainly about Little Durk, and we are going to know 100% if it's about him, because when Little Durk drop his album, we are going to see that he's not going to post that Little Durk album. I don't think he's going to be listening to that Little Durk album. He might even end up trashing it as well, dragging it through the woods. So he's not going to be posting this album, and that's where we're going to know the problem 100% he has with Little Durk, because right now he's bumping YB and Young Boy. He don't care about none of it, and he already chose his side. Durk and them switched up on him. Little Durk, OTF, all of them, they switched up on Young Chop. They switched up, and he's been trying to contact Little Durk, and he hasn't been responding to him. Little Durk hasn't been responding to him. He has been airing Young Chop. He hasn't been paying him no mind. So right now he is going with YB and the baby, and don't be surprised if YB or the baby or Quando Rondo and all of them end up going live with myself, and they all end up going live talking about King Von, and he end up saying more stuff when it comes to OTF and Little Durk and them and what they're doing. They don't get no ratings for it. Even the baby as well, certain things that the baby saying as well. The baby knows they're making it about King Von. When he said that they're trying to make it about King Von, the baby knows what they're doing. Get the streams and the views and all of it by Billionaire Black and Ochomona. So apparently Billionaire Black got into it with Ochomona. He got into it with Ochomona. He posted this right on his story saying, "At Ochomona, you fast as hell. I just punched you in all your stuff," and they end up getting into it and all of it. He didn't really go into it as well, and he ended up posting what Cowboy ended up saying about he's not going to drop the song out of respect with him and Von dissing people and all this stuff. He's not going to drop it out of respect, and if people was just had their own opinion and all the stuff, and they will start going at him. So Billionaire Black ended up posting that as well, saying that he's sweet and stuff, and go sit down somewhere and all of it, and he was telling Cowboy to go sit down. So apparently him and Ochomona got into an Ochomona end up running from the scene, end up leaving the scene, running from the scene.